Morning. Paul Case here. I got a package. Look what it says it is. It's down in there. More to come later. Trying to get out the door. 7:30. Cooked a little pan of biscuits. Jiffy biscuits. Anybody else make Jiffy biscuits? Can't get my door shut. There we go. Anybody else make Jiffy biscuits? Sam's favorite place to lay. Sometimes he likes to lay on that mat, but it's pretty much right there under that bench for some reason. He just found him a spot and he likes it, I guess. Yep, I made me a pan of Jiffy biscuits and half of them went with Anita. A little old box of that biscuit mix. Don't make very much biscuits, but had some that was getting pretty close to out of date. Well, after out of date. I was going to talk about my trucks. I don't think I have ever put this truck on my channel. My blue one, the motor gave up. Was going to need new camshaft and lifters. And the price they quoted me to put new camshaft and lifters in it, should have put a new crate engine in it, but it really wasn't what I was needing. I was having some trouble with Mildred already, and so I went around looking for this one. This is a 04 customary rust. And we put these bed sides on there to cover up some cracks on the bed, and one guy had it for a long time. That's B&W turnover ball. The thing being this 6.5 foot bed, my fuel tank, if we put it in there, would be like right against the ball. So I traded Scott fuel tanks, kept my pump and put in it. Kind of a sad old truck sitting over there. That's Mildred. Took the bed off from her, got her home yesterday. Just towed it home because the thing has an engine driven pump, and so the pump had to stay with the bed, and the guy that's putting the bed on for me took the pump off, which is fine. It's what I wanted him to do, but you can't drive it without a belt on it. It'll get hot. I got my water turned on just a second ago. Y'all was already with me when I done that. I'll try to get some pictures of this old blue truck. I figured out going through my pictures, I never had done that. And before I can do anything else, I've got to put a little power steering oil in it. But I got the water running. Look, they're all happy about that. You can see the smiles on their faces. I think I've got a few black heifers in that other pen I'm going to pull out and put in this one. And I'm thinking I'm going to hold this pen a little longer before I turn a bull with them. So have to see how it goes. But I gotta get me some oil put in this power steering on this truck so I can go. So I'll bring you back in just a little bit. I just got to thinking about this, and if you look at that real close, you'd see that is an old Oklahoma inspection sticker. I honestly can't remember when they quit doing that, but I will tell you this truck was probably not current when they quit doing that. So I'm gonna try to dash cam you again today. So that's gonna be your seat. I'll move this screwdriver and see if I can't get you more picture of what's right beside of us. There we go. That's even better. Gotta get to the woods today, do some log hauling. And logging. Kevin and I was trying to figure out what time to start today. He said, whatever time you want. I said, how about 7? He said, no, how about 9? I said, somewhere before 9 would be fine too. I just showed you that inspection sticker with a purpose. That inspection sticker on this truck is one of the reasons that I got pulled over. I got a ticket for it anyway. First time I ever got pulled over by a highway patrolman was in 1991, before Christmas. Hadn't had my license 3 months. Oklahoma Highway Patrolman pulled me over for doing 71 in a 55 in this truck. Gave me a ticket and a warning. 2 tickets and a warning. 2 tickets were for speeding. He said he done me a big favor and didn't charge me the full rate on the speeding ticket. I didn't feel like that was much of a favor, but he counted it to be 70 instead of 71. But he gave me a ticket for the expired inspection sticker. And at that time, I think it said must be inspected no later than the last day of either 86 or 83. And this was my dad's truck that he drove back and forth to work. For some reason, I was driving it. He swapped me and wanted to use mine. I had, my first pickup was a 78 Chevy 3/4 ton flatbed that somebody put duals on the back of, and it hauled really good. This truck here don't have duals, and when you're pulling like a bumper pull trailer, it would do this weird sway thing. Anyway, gotta count these ones. One more time. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.4, 2.3, 4. They are all upright and doing well. I wiped that window off a little bit better, and now it's worse. I don't know how that works. Clean it up and it'll be worse. So, it's obviously got the same windshield in it since 94 or 04. I would bet 94, because my dad bought a newer, it was an 88 Chevy Dually in 91 or 92, maybe must have been 92. And then before the end of, before the spring of 94, I had bought it from him, and he had come up with another one. That Dually was just 2-wheel drive, and he bought him a newer 4-wheel drive, and he had the worst luck with that newer 4-wheel drive that he bought then. It had some sort of an issue with sensors and stuff on it, which was all new crap to us. The thing wouldn't quit you till you got to town with it. And all 4 of those guys are doing fine. And I made a living with that 88 Chevy that he had sold me for years. I've done a lot of hauling. I built the blue gooseneck that's in the building down there with the gravity box up on the back of it. I built when I was in high school, and I used it to haul hay for other people through the winter, and barn hay with it in the summer, barn wheat straw off a lot of square bales to sell to a local feed store. And that ran all the way through the year 2000 when I quit doing that. I wore my body out handling them things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those guys are all there. And I can see hay in all their hay feeders, so they're still good on hay for a little bit. I was actually kind of thinking about making it so I turn them out before I put any more hay out. These bulls, I might save them a half a bale off of today's hay and put in there. I'm not sure. Home for a little cold. Supposed to get cold Friday night, Saturday night, and then back up to normal temperature. So going to try to get these things turned out, but it'll be early next week. So yeah, I probably better put a part of a bale in there for them bulls. So I need to grab 2 bales when I'm in here. Sure does work a lot better when there's oil in the power steering. Man, I can't tell you how much better this thing steers. Stick your finger in the wheel and spin it around and it goes. It's really cool the way that works. Dash camming by now. I'm gonna shut you off and we'll bring you back if something exciting happens. Kevin has something he wants to tell you about your hay.
This is nice hay.
Cattle eat it better than some of the other stuff he's gotten this year.
They'll eat it better than grass we've got now, that's for dang sure.
Yeah. Have a good day, Brock. See you next time. There goes I'm unloading my firewood from today. About half done. I've got another load of firewood logs and another load of saw logs to get yet here. Anyway, I'll bring them back in a little bit. Well, I got my load of saw logs loaded. I might be overdone it there. I don't know. We'll see if we can get out of here. And they're okay, ain't nothing to write home about. I'll make some stuff. Let's see if I can get in here. Gotta get the radio shut off. Choose. Huh. Well, the ground's nice and hard up here, apparently. We got it smashed down good to where to ride good anyway. Huh. This is a property I bought from my folks. We've logged a bunch over here already, logging for firewood when it was too wet to get anywhere else. This it grows decent grass. There's a little dirt here, but it's rough. They cleared it and didn't fill their stump holes and stuff. It's rough. But we've been spraying it for a couple of years. It was all covered up with cedars and stuff when my dad bought it, and he said, well, some of it's not that big, I can get it knocked down. And he actually bought an old backhoe just to use for that. Done a bunch cleaning up over here. He worked the site on it. Some of the remnants, of course, some of these spots out here are actually brush piles, not this one. This one's where they let something grow up, but the one over past it, you can see you got dirt piled up in it. So that one was brush piles from when they cleared the place. And it's kind of a pretty place. It's got a big hill and a dip on it. And it's kind of secluded. It's down it's actually behind my folks' place, but it's down a road that dead ends to get into it off of the road where we're headed. Yeah, this is heavy. This is real heavy. Have to be careful not to make it swamp back and forth too much. It's so heavy. Well, a guy called me today about my feed truck. He's working on getting the bed put back on it. They were putting fuel filler on it. Fuel filler hooks up underneath the bed a little bit there. He was going to just move the one it had, sounds like, which is good for me. I'm happy with that. Hope he'll fix it up and we don't have no trouble with it. I got the bed all mounted, got the pump mounted, and they was fixing to put the hoses back to it. I think once they would have had that done, the only thing they'd have left would be to hook up the lead that goes in the cab, the wires, and then put fluid in it and hook up the brakes, or the brakes, and the lights. Hook up all the lights. Yeah. We got one more load of wood to go back in there and get. One load of firewood. I'll run this up to Scott's and unload it real quick. Real quick. Nothing happens real quick for me. I'm glad this truck's got a 10-speed in it though. Come out of there heading up a hill. I'm also glad it's on dead end road. 6, 7, we can go 15 now. 15 mile an hour. I hope this load scales as good as the last one. The last load scaled 1,000 feet. I used to think I could get 1,000 foot on a truck, but single bunk truck. Bobby Cole don't have that much bunk. We didn't make them so tall on purpose. The bunks on this truck are a little taller, so we get a few more logs. This road actually goes between my place and my mom and dad's. My place starts right there, goes all the way over where the chicken house is. My in-laws live right here. And then my mom and dad's right here on the left. This is where I grew up at. Didn't have have all them corrals there when I was growing up. We had part of that barn. Kept our show calves in it. Dad barned hay in it for several years when I was growing up. And he had a combine, and that was the only thing he had big enough to house his combine in. Let's see if I can make it around this corner with one hand. Yep, there's my mom and dad's house. Built that in 1970. Oh my goodness, they've been dumping out some gravel on our road here today. He's already quit and went to the house for the day. Which is what I'd like to do, but they're calling for a little bit of rain. And I don't want to leave nothing in the woods. It's going to rain on us. Going in here to the sawmill, he built him a slab fence there. Temporary. Looks like just what you'd expect when you get to the sawmill after business hours. Looks like I'm unloading myself. I think I'll just shut it off this time. My brake deal, we fixed the brakes on this to where the parking brakes work, and that thing just leaks all the air out of it. It'll be all right. It don't bother a thing if you don't listen. Well, I better get these unloaded.